Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about anxiety. Anxiety, it is an emotion experienced when you encounter any situation that might represent a threat to your well-being. For example, if you have low tolerance to rejection, you might become anxious in social situations. Or if you have low tolerance to other people's opinion, if you put too much weight on other people's opinion about yourself, there are a lot of chances to become anxious when you have to do a presentation in front of others. People who struggle with anxiety have this fear of making a mistake or fail because they think if this happens, then people will start to criticize them, to judge them, or worse, laugh at them. Anxious people have this strong fear of being evaluated by others. People with anxiety try to avoid these feelings in two ways. Control everything or avoid everything. People with anxiety are afraid to try new things. They prefer routines and rituals. When they do the same things, the same way, the same time, they feel in control, no stress, no worries. But when something interferes, their worries, their anxiety goes up. Avoiding or doing the same thing, it doesn't fix the anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling of not knowing what is going to happen. Anxiety is in the future worries. Children who struggle with anxiety, they usually imagine the worst scenarios. They usually catastrophize things. They are expecting the worst. And of course, when you catastrophize things, you feel anxious. For example, some children might worry failing a test, but anxious children don't stop there. They start to think in the future. They will have thoughts like, if I will fail this test, probably I won't have a good job, or I will be a failure, or I will never have success, and many more. They imagine the worst. They make things look terrible. People with anxiety have this belief that if they think on the worst, things that could happen, they can manage or they can stop. People with anxiety are focusing on seeing the worst, and by doing that, they get in this circle where they see dangers, threats, failures, and the worst part is that they get stuck there. And of course, because they get stuck there, it is very hard to see the good things that could happen. There's nothing wrong with people, with children who struggle with anxiety. Sometimes anxiety, it is good. I know, it sounds weird, but it is good. In my case, anxiety and depression forced me to change the way I see the world and the way that I see myself and what it is possible for myself. So there is hope. There is hope for everyone who struggles with anxiety, to help them feel less anxious, to help them change their feelings and feel better. There are some things that children with anxiety need to do in order to feel better, to change these anxious feelings into better feelings. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that I personally learned, and in my opinion, I think that everyone should learn these things in order to help them get less anxious, to control their anxiety. So children with anxiety, they need to learn about emotions. They need to learn how to express them, how to talk about them, to share them without feeling shame, embarrassment, and how to control them. Children with anxiety need to understand how their mind works, how their thoughts, their negative thoughts create those emotions. Those negative thoughts create the fear. Children with anxiety need to feel safe around people. They need to learn that failures and mistakes are not as bad as they think. And also they need to learn to not put so much weight on other people's opinion. Children need to learn to believe in themselves. They need to know that they are able to handle whatever happens. They need to learn how to shift their habit of focusing on the negative side. They need to learn to not get stuck on the fear. They need to learn how to solve problems, how to move on after a disappointment. And the most important, they need to learn that they are normal. They need to know that anxiety, it is normal, it is useful, it is necessary when you step outside your comfort zone. Anxiety, it keeps us safe. Anxiety, it makes us look for solutions, for ideas. And most people who have anxiety, they learn how to cope with anxiety. So finding ways on helping children how to recognize their level of anxiety, how to manage their feelings, it is very, very important. So if it is possible, teach the child the connection between their thoughts, their feelings, and their behaviors, and then explain that that is the cause of their anxiety. Explain how those thoughts makes them feel unsafety, worry, makes them have doubts about themselves and their abilities. Then help them to reframe these feelings and those thoughts. One good thing is to help children to explore the fear. Help them see what exactly makes them feel like that. And you can help children be in control of their own thoughts by asking some questions like, can you name the worry? It is fear of failure, of being bullied, of making a mistake, of being rejected. Then say, can you please tell me what is the worry telling you? Then move on and say, okay, now let's check if this worry is right. Let's check if the worry is 100% right. Probably will be 40-50% right. Then again, you ask, is there something that you can do? Something that it is in your control? And the last question is to ask the child, can you think of something more positive about this situation? To change these worry thoughts into positive thoughts so you can stop feeling like this? By doing this exercise will help child feel less overwhelmed. Will help the child to see that there are always ways to change from what if or I can't thoughts, and will also help child learn how to control his anxious thoughts. I hope you like this video. I hope this video was beneficial to you. And stay tuned because I will do more videos about anxiety. Thank you very much for watching.